How to make a successful transition to a new career in midlife is a question most, if not all, ask during their career at some point of time. And the urge to do this could be very strong. It is not uncommon to see people changing their career, sector, or industry in midlife. Sometimes this is due to the need to change the work environment, to survive the industry disruption, the need for a lifestyle change, or to realize an unfulfilled desire of better financial security. People in the middle of their career often feel that they have less time and it can be more challenging to find a new job. However, there are some proven strategies for a successful transition. In this video, we will discuss 7 elements of a successful mid-career transition that I have documented with working, helping, and interacting with over 300 plus professionals over the last 7 years, both in a personal and professional capacity. Hi, I'm Sachin Sharma, founder of IndustriaNX. At IndustriaNX, we help organizations and individuals excel in the era of disruption. I have changed career a few times, which include changing roles within oil and gas sector, geoscience to mega capital project manager to strategy and marketing lead for digital, moving to MBB strategy in mid-career, data strategy lead, director of a PEVC fund and advisor to business schools to help students. I get to witness firsthand what works for me and my peers who made successful changes and what didn't work for us and those who failed in such pursuit. The first element is right motivation. Right motivation is key for a successful career change, and barring rare exception, mid-career change is a marathon, not a sprint. So it requires staying on a course for a long and requires a constant course correction. You will feel punched in your guts many times, and can you recover fast and show up again for the next bout is vital. It requires a certain degree of mental toughness. This could be a little more manageable if you have right motivation as it takes you through the tough time. So ask very hard questions. Why you want a career change? Why you can't be in your current job? And what are the good things from the job and career that you are going to miss? I would strongly recommend that you write these questions and answer, preferably by hand with date, and as you will need to come back to this several times. Most people I know get an annual fever of 3 to 5 weeks where they want to change careers only to go back to old ways for rest of the year and then repeat the same process. This is the first thing to hardwire in your mind that mid-career change is 12 to 24-month process. So brace for it. It requires a momentum strategy where you build intensity, skills, strategy over time for a sustained period and you start seeing some real changes only then. Mid-career change is a very isolated journey. Don't expect everyone around you to understand your motivation and frustration. The biggest thing that can go wrong in the mid-career change is not that you failed to do it, but you managed to do it but still find yourself even more frustrated with this change. This is due to the realization of a fact that many skills you were rock star have little to no value in your new career and job. Also, people who are younger and less experienced in terms of years are doing faster and better than you, and you suddenly miss the safety and the security of your old job. If you have been a high performer most of your life, the situation can be miserable sometimes. So, know your motivators, have a plan in place, be honest with yourself and others around you, especially family. Don't be afraid to ask for help and keep an open mind. I would recommend a book, Working Identity by Hermania Ibarra. She discusses how people can reinvent themselves in work. She discusses the idea of a working identity, which is a person's career that is not only about where they work but also who they are. She shares insights on how to reinvent oneself and provides examples of people who have done this successfully. The link in the description of this video. The second element is expand your trusted network and build a brand with them. We tend to focus a lot on our professional network and connecting with recruiters, and all of it can help if we are looking to find a better job in same industry. Professional networking helps very little when it comes to make a change in sector or industry. So what you need instead is a trusted network of people who believe in your ability, understand that the careers are built over a decade or two, and people around you will cross your path many times and they remember how you made them feel. Did you help them? Did they enjoy working with you? And some of these people will make industry changes before you as well. You may have top resume, topper of class, but once out of school, it will seldom lead you to better jobs. Many successful mid-career transitions happen in my experience with help from people that we met during our careers, sometime in a cross-industry kind of setting. Some courses, some conference, and we build relationship with these people and we have some sort of common interest. So during your career, your life, whenever you find people whom you naturally align, try to build a non-agenda relationship. It's very simple. If you find working with someone or meeting someone refreshing, no strings attached, and it energizes you instead of draining you, and they reciprocate the same. Invest time in these relationships and don't keep an agenda. Let it take its natural course. The other way of doing it is to build a brand. Your brand is what will take you through your career. It could be expertise, it could be your execution style, it could be your soft skills. For example, I focus on my brand as an energy expert. You want to know about energy, you come to me and I get you the answer. Another brand element that I focus on getting things done, which means a job given to me, if I have taken, will be done. So people feel confident every time they want something being done, they come to me. It actually helped me a lot in changing roles within oil and gas sector, and my managers and senior management always felt confident that I can take care of new role and new task. If you want to move out of your career to a new career, someone has to open door for you. You want to move in a new company, new city, new industry. Ask yourself, if do you know someone there? You need to start somewhere. Find these people in your network, an expanded network, and connect with them. Go to conferences where you can meet these people. Also, meeting once and twice will not help. You need to stay connected with them over a longer period and build credibility. See if you can help them with your knowledge anywhere in their life, in your personal life. Make relationship in companies and countries and sectors where you want to go. Know the country, know the company, know the sector, with whatever information available in the public domain. I was helpful to people in strategy consulting I met during my job as operations lead, and 6 years later when I decided to make move to consulting, they came very handy and I landed up 3 jobs including MBB, which is very rare if you are moving to strategy consulting after a 14.5 years career. So expand your trusted network, no agenda relationship, and build a brand. The third element is a calculated risk. A calculated risk can provide an asymmetric output if done well. Playing too safe is not playing at all. Have you ever played a game of odds like blackjack? And if yes, then it is important to understand that you are playing a game with low odds here. So it's important that you build your edge slowly and surely. It will require you to do things out of your comfort zone and at right time. It will require the courage to pull the plug when the time comes, and a lot of people will freeze at that particular time. Change of career comes with inherent risk, and it's not possible to build a foolproof strategy. You may feel that you have one, but it doesn't exist. So better is think how to improve the odds of success. Now, to curate a calculated bet, do the following. Understand the risk of staying in your career. Think of a scenario where you stay in your career and company and have reasonable success and growth, and how your career will look like in 5, 10, 15 years. Be realistic, don't fantasize, but assess. If this is something that makes you happy, you may be well off putting more effort in existing career. If not, that means even a reasonable best case scenario is not what you want out of life. Think of scenarios driven by real life examples about people who have made changes in midlife. Map the common elements and map what's unique about them and probably help them. Some of this could be done and focus on these elements. The next is assess if your industry is going through mass layoffs and it is at a risk of disruption due to tech or energy transition. The work environment is deteriorating and most of colleagues are unhappy with their job, the uncertainty. It's a high risk situation, and in this particular case, it's better be early than late to make a career change. It's a common mistake that many make, hoping for things to improve and wait for layoffs. And if in industry and office there is a downtrend and unhappy sentiment, better be early than late. The next is, what's your current skill set? Do you find it valid and satisfactory and not at risk of disruption with technology boom and industry's disruption? If you can't assess it 3 years, 5 years, and 10 years, and even with a broad view, you are unknown to the risk of current position. In short, we rarely estimate on understanding the risk of staying and not changing our career. A simple sign is if we are dragging every day out of bed to work, we wait for Friday evening since the start of Monday morning and have serious Monday blues, then there is something wrong and better pen it down. Now, if you are planning for a change, what exactly is motivating you? Are you pushed out of your industry, or you are really attracted to a certain industry or sector? If you feel pushed out and you are looking for anything that comes your way, it's a desperate situation. So until and unless you are really desperate in life, avoid this. If you are being pulled towards a certain career, you need to ensure you get noticed with certain skill set that it requires. Often during our career, we give limited attention to functional and derivative skills. For example, if you are in an energy sector and you meet a banker or a strategy consultant, you can leave the meeting with the task it has actually asked for, or think why these people are interested in my industry and what kind of work they are doing. Can a person like me who knows industry in and out can do such a job? What skills I need for it? Can I build network with them? Can you spend time and effort on building new skill set? You may not become expert in it, but using your context of existing career, industry and build up new skills, you're better off than some of your peers. Watch YouTube, use EDX and Coursera and whatever you can. Maybe do an MBA, maybe do an EMBA or a certificate course. We normally spend thousands of dollars on vacation and our quirks, but we will think 1000 times before spending money on a course or buying a SaaS product for us who makes us our life easy. If you are not investing in yourself, your odds of moving out of your industry are not improving. You need to make decisions and act on it. And some of these decisions will not work. So pivot and do the next thing until you build momentum. We spend too much focus on decision making and too little effort is invested around the process which actually make decisions successful. If we are trying 100% safe decision with sure success in every attempt we are making, that's not going to happen and it's only going to delay and hold you back. Most of you already know it and yet still plan for it. In short, avoid analysis paralysis. If you are not sure what to do next but to leave your industry, try strategy or project consulting firm or PE/VC firms that specializes in your industry. Remember, you need to connect and build network, which means you need to go to places where these people exist to cross their path. One of the biggest career hurting move is that we stay 100% in our own industry circle, both in social and professional life. It's not wrong, and especially if you're living as an expat, it's so natural. The thing is, there is a cost, and the cost can be high if you're looking for a mid-career change. The impact is even higher when both partners are in same industry or same company. So think about it. Chart a plan. How to diversify your network. I would recommend a book to understand how calculated bets are important to career success. The book is called The CEO Next Door. It is by Alina L. Vathello. This is a great book when it comes to thinking about calculated bets in career. There is one thing which is very unique about this book is that how most successful leaders take some sort of mid-career calculated move. Read it. The link is in the description of this video. The fourth element is focus on jobs in the emerging industries, and they are the best opportunity for mid-career change. Have you ever seen some of your friends move to AWS, Google, or Microsoft, and you ask a question, how the heck this happened? The answer is simple, that companies in emerging B2B industries need smart people who can learn new things, who understand the context of their respective industry, which allow them to sell their solution in that industry. Plus, they bring the relationships and understanding. Since you are now in an environment where people from other industries also exist, it allows you to build new skill sets and it makes you even more valuable back to your own industry even. I was once told by one of my friends who was then a CEO in an offshore wind industry company that we need people like you from oil and gas who have managed mega capital projects and understand stage gate capital projects, offshore operations and experience of working with super majors. Until that time, I never thought it's a career for me. It inspired me to study about offshore wind industry and how oil and gas industry can make competitive advantage as one of my research interests. And when I joined BCG, I was vocal about it. So when COVID-19 happened and the oil and gas industry started to make pivot, my earlier discussions and interest landed me in several meetings and projects with clients and with senior partners. In short, if your industry is being disrupted, focus on industry that is disrupting yours, because these people will sell products to your client. Also, an early move goes long way. If you wait for very long to see if this is safe or not, the move is most likely over before you commit for it. So always watch trends outside your industry and prepare early. The next element of a successful mid-career transition is speak the language of the person who you want to be. Have you ever heard in the office setup about someone where people say we all knew he will go places? The question we always ask is why someone is destined for success giving everything else is equal. There's a simple reason for that. These people leave their future career several times in their head. They think and they act about many things in their life as it's a path and a process of becoming what they want to be, and this is what's going to help them to project a version of themselves on what they could be. Embody the person who you want to be and act as you are in that role, that person every day of your life. Speak the language of a CEO if you want to be one. Speak the language of an engineer if you want to be the one, or a project manager, researcher, strategy consulting, marketing, sales, venture fund manager. Listen carefully when you interact with these people. You want to be in an industry. See what language they spoke. Go to YouTube, their website, and read about them, and read again, and listen again, and until it starts becoming natural to you. The next element is remind yourself the training you had and you never knew. When we join the company as engineer or in marketing or in sales, we get trained for it. But there are so many other things we learn about company and industry. We interact with HR, we interact with finance, supply chain, we use digital tools, we travel globally, we learn about the values of company and how it is encoded in the DNA of the company. We learn about project management when we are assigned to a project in any capacity. This is what journalist roles seek for. And we don't care about it because we try to become an expert in our industry a lot of time. When I joined BCG as project leader, I realized that my understanding of knowledge management, HSC, working with diverse and multicultural team, global experience was even more important to some of my clients than my experience as a project manager or engineer. It was quite eye-opening. My friend from Big Tech often calls me, and when they are working with a support function or business line in energy industry, to discuss and ask opinions. I always try to help and go to a great length sometimes to get the answer, as it helps me to learn new things and build relationship. At least on 2 occasions they asked me if I can join them. The last element of a successful mid-career transition is be in control of your finances. Mid-career change will come most likely with financial uncertainty, and it could stay for a while. So make sure you know how to survive this. Most important is that you need to be someone who knows how to make his investment work. If you can generate at least some return from your investments or monthly income, you're better than most to survive this. Also think from where your next 2-3 years of expenses are going to be. If needed, what you can cut down and what not without compromising too much of your lifestyle. Think about your debt obligations, your mortgages, as you need to manage them during the transition. You can hold on course for longer if you are in control of your finances. If not, most likely mid-career transition effort will fail or result in a very bitter experience. It is also important to put value on non-cash things and experience also, as people focus too much on ROI, but everything in life is not financial. Prepare for 2 to 5 years of disruption in most cases. Prepare for a lonely journey, and remember, you will be reminded many times how it feels like a punch in the gut, and first 4 to 6 months of this journey could be very confusing. So build a support framework, start exercise, pick a new hobby, start listening podcast, watch and read things that have inspired you in past. No one will ever understand what you will go through, as you will most of the time share the glory only, but there is more to mid-career transition which you will never share, but you still have to experience and survive. There is one more book I would like to recommend that helped me a lot during my transition. It is Thinking Fast and Slow by Daniel Kahneman. The link is in the description. So these are the 7 elements of a successful mid-career transition. I hope some of these will help you and you actually make a successful mid-career transition as you desire for yourself. In next episode, we will discuss how to build a strong CV for a mid-career transition. In coming days, we'll arrange live webinars, communities for people to help put a structured plan and process for a mid-career transition, and much more content on topics which are relevant to this. It's a start of a journey. So start again and start right. Thank you.